I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all of the support that I've gotten with these videos. It was something that I had never thought would grow to the level that it has. As of tomorrow morning, it's looking like the channel will cross over the 100,000 view mark, and for having less than 300 subscribers, I find that absolutely phenomenal. The people that have come here have been the most educated, smart, involved people that I've ever met in my life, and I feel very honored, humbled, and blessed to have had you as an audience. Now, that having been said, I don't probably have to remind everyone that not everyone who's come here has been so open-minded and thoughtful, and that's why I have this up on the screen. Talking about what a terroristic threat involves, it seems like almost every one of my videos somebody comes in and talks about there being this civil war if there would be this thing in the Electoral College where Donald Trump would not accede to the throne. Let me remind everybody of the numbers, just so everyone's clear. Donald Trump has 306 electoral votes. 37 faithless electors would bring him below the 270 and push it to the House of Representatives. 37 people out of 306, which is just the Republican contingent, is only 12%. That would mean 1 in 9, 1 in every 9 electors would not support Mr. Trump. That's not a giant wholesale loss. And when you look at 37 versus the 538 that are there, you're talking about 7%. I mean, that means Donald Trump would enjoy 92% support. In fact, even if he would go below the 270, as a group, if they would vote and get 37 faithless electors, ironically enough, the Electoral College would be the group of Republicans that gave him the highest level of support. That would be more support than the House, more support than the Senate, more support than the governorships. By far. And they would still not award him the presidency. So I just want to put all of this Civil War nonsense to bed. And to top it off, I'm sure there's going to be some crazies that are going to look for any excuse to get off the firing range and actually go take their guns out and test them out. If we vote on separate tickets, and I've made a video asserting that there's no reason at all, at least at this point, there's been some allegation that there's some email issue with Mike Pence, but nothing's been proven. And I don't even know what's alleged is in the emails and why that's even an issue. So to me, I don't think it's even worth considering. If he would ascend to the vice presidency, as a Republican, if there was some issue with Donald Trump, I don't know what the big deal would be. I mean, you would still have a Republican in charge, and the House of Representatives would be making the final determination, which every Republican alleges is controlled by Republicans. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And actually, I wanted to cover this really quick. If the situation were completely reversed, it wouldn't make any sense for Republicans to believe that somehow faithless electors are being bullied by Democrats. It wouldn't even be a smart move on their part because, number one, all the elector would have to do if the elector was bullied to actually flip the vote to Hillary Clinton is after they did it, go tell the judge this, and the thing gets thrown out. And why would the Democrats see that? The only way they would see that as an advantage is if the House was controlled by Democrats. But it's not. So this is something where I think Trump supporters are having a hard time coming to grips with the fact that not all Republicans support Donald Trump. And they just have a really hard time with that. So yeah, let's not do terroristic threats. And on an aside, there's going to be some keywords. I'm not even going to look at your comments. If I see the word pedophile, it's gone, and you're blocked. If I see anything about violence, filthy language, I'm not even going to consider your argument. I'm not even going to talk. You can delete, block. It's just, from now on, that's what it's going to be. There is no evidence of this with Miss Clinton at all. And I know a lot of people out there are like, but haven't you seen? But haven't you seen? I'm going to remind you folks of something. There was a man named Ken Starr who was a special prosecutor back in the 90s that was given pretty much carte blanche and the entire weight and effect of the federal government to investigate Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And they did for a long time. That's how we know when we found out about Monica Lewinsky. Believe me, if there had been any evidence even remotely close to pointing to something like this, we would have heard about it a long time ago from Ken Starr. Because that went on for a very, very long time. So it's fake news and it's bunk. It won't be tolerated here. Like I said, first time I see it, delete block. That's all that's going to happen. So, but I would like to give a shout out to a man named Ace Aardvark. He is one of the people that have commented on here, and he pointed out an excellent point. And I think it's going to be the nail in the coffin for Trump supporters' assertions that the vote in their states is the direct determining factor as to the vote of the elector. There is no positive right to vote in America. There absolutely isn't. And that's right here. Fair vote. Voting is an American principle and basic democratic right that should be protected, promoted, and practiced, which is why many people are surprised to learn that the U.S. Constitution provides no explicit right to vote. This leaves voting rights vulnerable to the whims of politicians and some citizens with fewer rights than others. You can go here to fairvote.org/right to vote amendment. There's actually an amendment that they have that they would like to put in the Constitution that would give you a right to vote. And why is that important? Well, when we go to Article 2 of the Constitution, and once again, Ace Aardvark nailed this one. Each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in the Congress. But no senator, representative, or person holding an office of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed an elector. So right then and there, the electors aren't appointed as a result of a vote. It's not in here. It's in the manner as the legislatures thereof may direct. They can say, okay, we're going to have an election, and that's how we're going to determine this, but that's up to them. There's nothing in the Constitution of the United States that says that your vote has anything to do with the electors. And here and down here farther in the text, there's something here that points even more to it. Because what people have gotten into this mindset of thinking is that we're in a 50-50 deal. That, there's going to be one person or the other person, and whoever wins 50% of the vote is going to be the person. I'm going to read through this. It's going to be kind of dry, but when I get to the point that's relevant, I will let you know. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for 2 persons, of whom one at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. And they shall make a list of all the persons voted for, hint, hint, and of the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify, and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes shall be the President. If such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed, and if there be more than one who have such majority, and have an equal number of votes, then the House of Representatives shall immediately choose by ballot one of them for president. And if no person have a majority, then, here's where you pay attention, folks, then from the 5 highest on the list, the said House shall in like manner choose the president. What that means is they're expecting at least 5 people to be in the consideration for president. So how can you say that the vote, whoever got the plurality of the vote, is supposed to be who the electors vote for? What they were expecting from the electors here was to have electors show up and a few of them vote for this guy, a few of them vote for this other guy, a few of them vote for this other guy over here. They were expecting the electors to have different opinions from the same state as to who the vote was going to go for. That's why they said the 5 highest. So I think that should pretty much put it to bed. The fact that you don't have an affirmative right to vote in America is clear and concise evidence that the vote, the popular vote, is not a direct, necessary determining factor in what electors do at the Electoral College. And that's right here in Article 2. And I'm afraid that is what the court is going to find this week. The Colorado case gets heard tomorrow, so everybody, hang on to your hats. It's going to be an interesting run going up to the 19th. So we will keep making videos. And once again, thanks everybody. I appreciate all the support. Like, share, subscribe. Um, if we get the truth out, we can have a better America. Thank you.